Do you guys remember 2 years ago? 2 years ago when I was starting to do the streaming stuff and I started playing the DreadX games and we played like DreadX 2, you know, the collection 2. And on that was a dating simulator kind of visual novel, but you were dating Eldritch gods that looked like anime waifus. It was called Sucker for Love. It was a really funny demo. And then they made a full game. And I played the full game. And I reviewed the full game. I give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It was just very well written. Really made fun of Eldritch horrors and Lovecraft, but it also made fun of visual novels and dating sims just to the extreme. Really, really entertaining thing. Experience. Well, this is called NecroNomNomNom Eldritch Horror Dating. And I think it's supposed to be a similar thing, but not as anime and silly. Oh my god, that's loud. Loud for me. So you guys have to see this. NecroNomNomNom Eldritch Horror Dating, but we're actually dating Eldritch horrors, not anime waifu versions of Eldritch horrors with huge assets. The music's pretty sweet. I'm excited for this one. We really do look like a classic Lovecraft, like a librarian that loses his mind trying to date an Eldritch horror. Okay, I'm very excited for this. Cafe Relay. Of course. Greetings, fellow immersed one, and welcome to Cafe Relay. I'm your host, and it is my honor to be your guide on this special evening in our most unusual establishment where we serve otherworldly delicacies by the ancient and powerful beings of the abyss. I love his face. Classic. And the face stretched out here as well. Our decor is inspired by the original Nightmare Corpse city, complete with authentic cyclopean masonry still dripping with latent horror. We pride ourselves on the dark and mysterious atmosphere, pungent with the stench of fermented desire. It sets the mood and creates a perfect setting for eldritch beings to mingle and find potential mates. If you're looking for love in the murky depths of madness, then this is the place for you. Come now, let me lead you to your table. Enter your name. Well, we're obviously going to be called Sackboy. Oh, no, wait, I can't put Sackboy. I'm going to get sued by, what are they called? Media Molecule. Was that what they were called? Sackman, you got to change your name. I can't be Sackboy. Dickert. Fucking goddamn it, Dom. Dickert we are. Dick out. Probably not. Dickert makes more sense. Dickert, famously my randomized name from Darktide. Ah, yes, I see it here in the ledger. Right this way, Dickert. It was I just randomized the name in Darktide and we found it really funny, so that's the name for everything now, I guess. We've got, so we've got sanity and health, just like very classic Lovecrafting games or horror games that take that idea of, you know, losing your mind. A lot of Fantasy Flight, Arkham Horror style games do that, board games do that. And then horror games started to do it with Amnesia and the likes. Here we are, a nice candlelit table with a 5 starfish view of the abyss. 1 candle for love and 1 for madness. You might want to keep an eye on those during the evening. Okay, Dickard, let's get to know you a little better and I'll match you up with someone or something special. At the front of the menu are a few simple questions about your personality. Ooh, here we go. Eldritch Matchmaker Survey. The results will help pair you with your best Eldritch match. This will only take a moment. First question, would you rather join the ranks of the deep ones and live underwater forever, or become a great old one and rule the world with an iron tentacle? Underwater, not my style, alright? We're gonna become a great old one. Ambition, overconfidence, hubris, all great qualities in a leader. You would command the rise and fall of civilizations and watch as the puny humans scurry about like sand fleas, unaware of the true nature of reality. Next question. Would you rather watch your loved ones be devoured by an unspeakable horror before you are also devoured, or have to devour them yourself to survive? Ooh, we gotta go for devour them myself. That makes us sound absolutely mental. Your total lack of empathy is inspiring, not to mention your appetite. But don't bite off more than you can chew. Last question. Would you rather be slowly driven insane by the constant whispering of dark ancient forces beyond human comprehension, or be physically dismembered by those same invisible forces? Definitely driven insane. No fear of existential dread? Impressive. Though your answer might change after the first few centuries of shambling around in a state of eternal madness. Very good. That should be enough to narrow it down to a few lovely contenders. Alright. One of these could be the perfect date for you. But in this demo, there's only one to choose from, so that should help you narrow it down a bit. In the full game, there will be even more. Damn it, I wanted Yognjarla. Lily is a deep one from the abyss, looking for a meaningful romance. Luck is on your side tonight. You don't often find such a beauty with a personality to match. We were trying not to get a fish lady, but we did get a fish lady in the end. Choose Lily. Lily. Nice to meet you. My name is Lily Yogov. I don't usually go on blind faith dates, Dickett. Thanks for meeting me here on such short notice. I wouldn't miss it. I'd be crazy not to. I wouldn't miss it for the cosmos. Oh, that's so sweet. For in the abyss where reality twists and the unknown reigns, one must embrace the darkness and find solace in the embrace of those who share the same madness. So. Like so. We've arrived at the classical awkward silence. Perhaps we need an icebreaker. Quite right. Have you had a chance to look at the drink menu yet? They have a few of my favorites, although they may be a little pricey. Not so expensive that it costs an arm or a tentacle, but rather a cost you may not fully fathom until it's too late. Don't you just love the unknown? I adore it. Okay, why don't you choose the drinks? Your choice will reveal quite a bit about where our evening together is headed. Ooh. Dagon's Dream is pretty interesting. But the Miskatonic Mystery Tonic, the name is just so good. The Miskatonic, famous location in Lovecraft. But the Miskatonic Mystery Tonic is just super clever. So we're going to go for that one for sure. Oh, it looks awesome. Yes, this was my favorite when I was at the university. It's made from the fermented sewage runoff that empties into the Miskatonic River. It's a little better, but it's a great way to get you a daily dose of unknown bacteria. And the lemon. Well, what do you think? Okay. I think mine had a chunk of something in it. Surely she's going to be impressed with that. Oh, that's just the sediment. It's supposed to be there. It's a sign of quality. So now that we've had a chance to get to know each other a little, I feel like we can be a little more open, right? You can share your darkest secrets with me. Oh, great. I love talking about myself. My idea of the perfect romantic evening starts with a long moonlit stroll on the beach when the lunar phase is just right. Go on. Holding each other's tentacles as assorted sea creatures wash up in the foamy green surf, dead from the acrid toxic algae bloom. And slithering into a fetid swampy marsh where we can wrap ourselves around a decrepit non-Euclidean monolith while chanting ancient passages to summon the great old ones. Truly a perfect evening. I know, right? I was afraid you'd think I wasn't a romantic. However, there is something else I'd like to talk about, but I'm not sure how you will react. It's about to get real, isn't it? I'm also a big fan of knitting. Okay. I'm not sure I can handle this. What do I put? That's so sick. Dude, I would wear that every day. You say that now, but just wait until you're wearing this crochet tentacle hat I made for you. Makes you look so stylish and terrifies the children. That is so good. So, what do you think of this place so far? The decor is certainly impressive. I know, right? I love the way the symbols carved in the living monoliths pulse and glow. They get scraped daily to keep the wounds fresh, so the bioluminescent blood of the stones keep responding in a state of trauma. It's so elegant and classy. This place always makes me feel so relaxed, especially if I've had a few rough centuries. Something about the nearby shipwrecks and the eternal gurgling of the drowned just puts my mind at ease. I suppose I've always been charmed by the ocean and the frigid terror of its mysteries. There's quite a bit of lore about it in the ancient texts, lots of details about some particularly unusual creatures down here. Do I want to say that I just kind of fit in with them? Am I trying to fit in? Or am I trying to be like, ooh, I did notice something weird and like have a conversation starter? This is tricky. You know what though? I don't know what we're doing so far. I know we're just, you know, picking one or the other, but they all seem to be good responses on some level. We haven't like gone down a bad path yet. I'm wondering where it's gonna, or if it's just a choose your own adventure kind of thing, or is it gonna go down a path where it's like, no, you've got to make, you know, some dating games. They're essentially, you just got to lie with whoever you're with, right? Because you got to impress the one that you're talking to. Oh yeah, I like surfboarding, because you're talking to the beach girl, and then you're talking to the other person who's a nerd, and you're like, yeah, reading's my favorite pastime. And so, you know, you're kind of just twisting yourself to be whoever you are with the person you're with. I don't know if that's what we're doing here. I'm gonna go for this one. I want the conversation starter. There are so many different ones, some that defy description and others that should not be spoken of. But I must say the most interesting creature I've encountered so far is you. Ah, I called it. Is you, Dickett. Blush. There's the awkward silence again. Now might be a good time to stuff our faces. Love me tendril, spicy Shoggoth's tongue. Why don't you choose an appetizer? Oh, they're so good. But spicy seems better. You gotta get this. Ooh, just looks like octopus, but okay. Is this like AI generated art here? Because it looked like it with the crocheted hat. It kind of got down to the bottom and started getting all weird. Maybe this is AI generated. Oh, good choice. The Shoggoth's tongue is a long, black, slimy appendage that is served grilled with a slice of lemon. Inside is filled with a white, viscous substance that is both spicy and sweet. Said to be a delicacy in Arkham. But maybe that's because they don't know what it's made from. They all say it tastes like chicken. What do you think? It's like a nightmare in my mouth. Slimy and revolting, just how I like it. Well, she's slimy and revolting, so let's go for that. Give it a minute. The tongue will start whispering forbidden knowledge from inside you and begin speaking through your mouth. It takes aftertaste to a whole new level. So nice to hang out with you in these dark and murky depths. I always like a snack to prepare me for the feast to come, and I'm so glad you're here with me. My sanity is going up and up, so we're okay. I should let you know I'm hungry to delve deep, and my appetite is growing. For dinner or something else? Guignol, guignol. Oh, no, silly Dickett. The name is awful. I'm just thinking about the main course, the whole reason why we're here. And it's wonderful to share this encounter with you. You're a real treat. I'm flattered. Such a cutie. I could just gobble you up. Maybe we should focus on the menu. Quite so. In fact, you're right. Oh, I missed it. I can't preview. Cthulhurum ipsum delor, brilliant. Have you ever thought about the menu in a deeper sense? Like the menu as a metaphor for life? That's some food for thought. Perhaps you can enlighten me. Well, you see, I was thinking like a map of our journey through life. The menu is a reflection of the world around us. First, we start with a drink to loosen up and get ready for the adventure. It's like taking your first breath when you enter the world. You weren't kidding about going deep. Then we have the appetizers, which are things we do to prepare for the main course. And of course, the main course is the whole purpose of our life. As we've been searching for meaning, we've been preparing for what we want our life to be. All our hopes and aspirations, our dreams and desires, our fears and anxieties. All the shock and horror we've longed for and the living terror we hoped it could someday be. It's the main event. And finally there's dessert, which is what we do to celebrate the end of our main course. Most people think if we've had enough torment and suffering, we'll get a good dessert. I never thought of it that way. Oh, there's more, but first let's order the main course. Hopefully we can satisfy our hunger in whatever form we feel the pangs. I wonder what specials they have tonight. The chef has lost his mind a long time ago, so the choices are always a surprise. But they're always tasty. Unfathomable burger or Kraken stew. Unfathomable burger for sure. Ooh, yeah. That was cool. The unfathomable burger confounds the adventurous palate with the exhilaration and uncertainty of falling in love for the first time. It's made from the primordial jelly that sloths off a shag-off when it transmutes itself into another form. The congealed discharges are mashed together to form a patty which continuously attempts to reform tendrils. They lash out from between the two buns with caked up slime, scraped from ancient cyclopean monoliths. Each bite is a new uncharted flavor journey, evoking a random feeling from joyful delight to sudden paralyzing horror, much like an acid-resistant lava in your stomach, metamorphosing into a beautiful Eldritch butterfly. Go on, take a bite. What do you think? The tendrils are dancing with my tongue. The tango of the tentacles is really a dance of the mind. That tangy, briny sensation is the only primitive way you can sense it at the moment, but it's reminiscent of the essence of life beyond the veil of your mortal existence. Now, what were we talking about? I have not an idea. That's great. The metaphysics of the menu, of course. Ah, yes, I remember. As an ancient dweller of the abyss, I've seen so many people come and go on an endless cycle. They graze on the appetites, nibble mindlessly at the main course for a bit. And when it's too late to find any meaning for their lives, focus all thought to gorging on dessert, and then they die. So many don't even consider what they want their main course to be. They just pick something, or someone picks it for them. More often than not, they choke on the meal of life, seasoned to taste with their own fear and regret, and then they die. This seems kind of rude. I want to know what she's getting at, but it also seems kind of rude. Actually, they both seem kind of rude. I'm going to put this one then. Are you getting at something? Indeed, I am. Haven't you been wondering how much deeper it all really goes? What if... Go on. What if dessert is not the end? What if it's just a new beginning? Trippy, I ponder such things all the time. Have you ever had a dessert so dreamy that it takes you away to another realm? When I think about dessert as a metaphor for a new beginning, I imagine the flavors like a voyage to a new world. It reminds me of that famous quote from the great explorer Christopher Columbus. Just no. No way did you just pull that off. We have no love. We have absolutely no love. We've kept his mind, but we're not in love. And the sea will bring new terrors. Sleep brings nightmares of the cosmos. For beyond the waves of the sea lies a realm of ancient madness where cosmic horrors linger in the darkness. Well, I might be paraphrasing a little, but it speaks to something you may not have considered, especially when thinking about the changes you might make to your life if you reached a fork in the road and had a chance for a new beginning. What is it? What if choice is just an illusion and everything has already been decided? Yahweh, we know that. I've always felt that. Whether or not you accept it. What if this has all played out before and it'll play out again and again and again? Oh no, not again. Quantum immortality, I get it. These choices you think you've been making, what if it's all been pre-written for you? And you're just going down a predetermined path like a puppet on a string. Fantastic. Really good joke. The irony is so delicious. Reminds me of another inspiring quote. This one's from the great old bard, Will.I.am Shakespeare. This is awful. All the universe is but a plaything for the malevolent beings beyond space and time. and we are but hapless, insignificant pawns in the grasp of eldritch deities in their incomprehensible game. Yes, yes. We all get it. All the worlds play. I might have paraphrased that one too. Sometimes they flow better than the original. In the original Relayan language. For example, it's got a nice ring. Almost musical, don't you think? But it's not a sing-along. I don't expect you to be able to pronounce that. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. Whoa, stop, what are you doing? You should never say those words out loud unless you intentionally want someone. And then make yourself a target for the unspeakable. I should probably teach you the word of protection to shield yourself from what you may have just awoken. It's a simple chant, it's very effective. But we should finish our meal first, it's delicious, don't you agree? My mouth feels like a gaping abyss. Yes, it is quite satisfying. Also, don't worry if you began to feel bitter waves of dread. Cuisine can take some getting used to. Your mind may begin to play tricks on you, but it's best not to acknowledge any feelings of despair or paranoia. If you begin to see things that are not there, don't even worry about that. Being in proximity with a deep one for even a short amount of time can awaken a part of your brain normally reserved for self-delusion as a defense mechanism. Either that or you may feel a strange sense of connection to the abyss. I feel a strange sense of connection to the abyss. That's good, it's important to repress your feelings and lie to yourself. Just remember that the abyss is a place of mystery and wonder, and I am not here to guide you through it. I'm here to harm you. What? I was saying I'm here to guide you through it. I'm not here to harm you. I just want to share a little bit of my world with you, to show you the true horrors that lie beyond the veil of your mundane existence. That's so sweet. You have to see the truth, no matter how terrifying it may be, but there are ways to prepare yourself, trust me. Be worth it in the end. Like the ward, can you teach it to me? Indeed, for the universe is not as it seems. There are things beyond your wildest nightmares, lurking in the shadows, waiting to be unleashed. But your eyes won't allow you to see the truth. Only your inner vision, the burger's going away, can know the horrors that exist beyond your limited perception. You see, the universe is vast and unknowable, full of ancient and terrible secrets. There are beings beyond your comprehension, creatures that have existed for eons, waiting for their time to rise again. I'm ready to learn that word now. Yes, of course. It's very important because there are dark and eldritch places where the very fabric of reality is twisted and corrupted. Vast cyclopean cities lie beneath the waves where non-Euclidean geometry reigns supreme and the surging tides pull and stretch this earthbound notion of reality. There are voids between the stars where unspeakable things lurk and plot their return to the universe, the elder gods, sleeping for millennia, waiting for the time when they will rise again and consume all of humanity. Consume? Coexist. Did I say consume? Sorry, I meant to say coexist. Though our caring and devotion, we can once again, through our caring and devotion, once again summon the things that have survived since the dawn of time. Waiting for their chance to rise again, I long for the icy wastes of Hyperborea, where the Shaggoths roam free. About that ward. Of course, you'll definitely need it if we travel to the steaming jungles of the Plateau of Leng, the fungal Mygo from the Yiggoth plot and scheme, the endless caverns of the Dreamlands where the ghouls feast on the flesh of the dead. I can teach you the words we used to praise the great old ones, ancient deities that slumber beneath the waves waiting for the stars to align so that may rise again. The outer gods, cosmic entities that exist beyond the veil of reality, and the younglings of Shub-Soggorath, these monstrous offspring that lurk in the forest waiting to be summoned by the All-Mother. Ward, please. You're so right. Before I say any more, let me prepare you with the ward. And in order for you to survive the horrors that await, I must teach you our esoteric ways. I'll now reveal the most important thing for you to know in order to survive your transition to the next dimension of existence. You have to remember this, or else your soul will surely be cast away into the endless void, forever falling and lost in the abyss of unknowable horror. Are you ready? As I'll ever be. Above all else, you must remember. Oh wait, the dessert menu is ready now. I'm eager to see what's on it. It's the most delicious, and maybe even the most important part of the meal. Its flavors tease the suspense of what's to come. Will it be sweet, sugary treat or something bitter lurking in the core that foreshadows a sour ending to our encounter? Wait, what was I saying before? I lost track of my thought. You were about to tell me. Oh, well, it probably wasn't important anyway. Let's see what they have for dessert. Which flavor shall we savor? Non-Euclidean coffee cake sounds great. The all-seeing pie is very funny. But we're going to go for the coffee cake. For sure. But, oh, great. That were good. We barely got any love. A daring way to end our day, to say the least. Non-Euclidean coffee cake can be a truly unique and horrific experience. Pulses from the boiled yet still beating heart tucked inside features a thick, unspeakably vile concoction of dark Eldritch chocolate and Chthonian crystals slathered on the outside. Beating hearts can intensify the fluttering feelings of love. However, the dark chocolate and Chthonian crystals create a foreboding dread of heartbreak lurking just beneath the surface. The combination of these two sensations can be overwhelming, as the feelings of love and dread continually clash. The intense emotional turmoil is just like love itself. Try a bite and look into my eyes. Tell me what you feel and be honest. My stomach churns over the madness of the sea. Your eyes sparkle like a lighthouse before a shipwreck. I like that. She said something about shipwreck. Let's see if that works. It's a reflection of the depths of your fears, a premonition of your own wreckage strewn upon the shores of my love. We're sharing a close bond now. Well, that was delicious. I'm almost bursting at the gills, but I still have room for one final morsel. Why are you looking at me like that? Because I'm hungry for more than just food. If you had a choice between giving me your heart or giving me your soul, which would you choose? My soul. I'm afraid I'm not interested in your soul. I want your heart. Something help. Someone help. Psych. Only can see your face right now. Simply adorable. I could really just eat you up. Really, I was just messing with you. It doesn't matter what you choose. I was always going to say I wanted the opposite, just to see your reaction. You've been such a good sport, and I think you deserve a reward for your torment. Perhaps eternal life? That sounds like a good reward for a good sport. You just have to go through one more little thing. Don't worry, you'll be fine now that I taught you the word of protection. But you never actually... Alas, we've come to the end of our date. I hope you enjoyed your last meal. Looks like it's time to pay the bill. But the night is still young, and there's more than one way to settle the account. There's a place I know where we can take care of the remaining business. In fact, there may already be a few others who would like to meet you. Hold my tentacle and let's dive together to the depths of the ocean into the heart of Relay, where you'll be welcomed and embraced by my people. Oh my god. We want to invite you to join in our rituals and celebrations and become one of us. I'm almost overwhelmed with emotion. I understand it's a lot to take in, but you're ready to join us now and we're ready to receive you. One more ritual you must participate in. Rite of passage for those who wish to join us. I'm ready no matter what it takes. You must be sacrificed to the great old ones. Somehow I always knew. Let's do this. It's about time. In your last several lives, you always fought this part to the bitter end. I'm glad you finally come to terms with your fate. You are now ready to transcend to the next level of existence. When we raise our sacrificial knives to the churning madness of the cosmic ocean and call upon the great old ones to accept your soul. If you have any strength left in your final moments, you may chant along with us. This is very cool. As your life force is drained from your body, you feel your consciousness disappearing into the void. The last thing you see is the face of indifference. Then it all goes dark and there's nothing but internal, incomprehensible emptiness. You have become one with the end. Thank you for playing this demo version. The demo is limited in choices, story branches, and endings. It's a taste of what's to come. We hope you enjoyed it. Alright, thanks again for playing, and remember... Alright, we gotta talk about this. I don't know. I don't know about this one. We obviously had just certain choices, but it felt like a lot of the choices we had didn't really change anything. Nothing. She didn't seem to really respond to our choices. She kind of just had, besides the food, I guess, but she really just had like a she was on like a track, and she was always going to say the same things. It was what it felt like. It never felt like our choices mattered too much. I'm not really sure what we were going for. It was just choices. Like the art was really cool. The music was cool. The writing was, it was all right. It was, it was trying to make fun of Lovecraftian kind of writing or pay homage to it and kind of dig, jokes at the same time. But it was a lot of writing and not much went on. We didn't really do much. We were just reading what she was saying, and what she was saying was sometimes the same thing over and over again, or went on for a very long time, which kind of is what kind of feels like a dig or a joke at Lovecraft and his writing style. But it just didn't seem like there were consequences based on what we said. And we didn't really have much of a choice. The one thing that seemed to change anything was when we chose to get the non-Euclidean coffee cake, because she mentioned something about non-Euclidean. She said that a few times, and so about non-Euclidean geometry. So I thought, well, maybe that's what she's gonna want, and so she kind of did, because the love kind of went up on the candle. But all of the other decisions were kind of made blindly. It felt like we didn't really know what she wanted or what she liked, because she didn't tell us that much. And so I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about that one. It was weird. I mean, I know it's supposed to just be a little bit of fun, but is it just to read it that's fun, or are you trying to win her over? Or are you trying to win a reward, right? Are you trying to get eternal life? Like, it just didn't seem like there was a goal. It was just like you were just reading through stuff and making choices, but the choices just didn't matter. So even if there's not much going on, at least you can choose your path. But then it didn't even seem like you could do that, It was a little bit awkward. I'm going to give it like a lower 3, I think, that one. I would like to see some of the other options, maybe. I'll see where it could have gone. I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, we didn't really do anything or interact in an interesting way. The sanity versus the love, I didn't really seem to come into it. I just kept gaining sanity. But the other options, it wasn't like attempt to make a pass or something, but you might lose sanity, or you do lose sanity, but you lose sanity, but the love goes up, or you've got to try and keep that balance, which is what it kind of felt like it was supposed to be. Instead, everything that I didn't choose the other things, like the other dialogue options, because it just felt rude, and I was like, I don't want to be rude. I want to try and win her over, right? That's the point. And so, are you supposed to try and be rude sometimes to get... I don't know, it felt weird. Like, the options of dialogue didn't feel as interesting. They just felt, like I said, some of them were just like, where are you going with this? You sound stupid. That's kind of what it came off like, and I wasn't a bigger fan of that. I'm going to give it a lower 3, because it was still engaging. It was still interesting to read through. It still looked fantastic, and I'm interested in where it's going to go. But yeah, it had some weird things going on there. Like, I didn't really know what was happening. Three necros out of 5. 3 elder signs out of 5. Okay, let's move on.